We are gods, we are kings, we march in faith, cause we believe we can change the world to what it needs, stand against our enemies, cause we can. Yeah, can't nothing ever stop us. Take one and another will rise up. We'll endure until we reach the end. We are gods, we are kings, demanding change, cause we believe we can.
Huh? Lindsay?
Yes.
You got a little time? Come forward, Lindsay. I want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
All right. So, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
28.
You're 28. You've been to church before?
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard anything that what we're saying out of the Bible? Out in the Christian church? You heard that in the Christian church?
No, not in the Christian church.
Why is that? You want to know why? Because they're not teaching our people who they are.
Right.
Let me ask you this. You've been in the church all your life, right? Have they taught you who you are in the Bible? Because for one, God deals with nations, right? There's 18 nations. We must know who we come from, right? That's reasonable. We should know who we come from, right? So, what nation do you come from in the Bible? That's the question, right? That's what we should be asking Pastor, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right. Do you have any idea? Did they tell you that?
No, I've never even thought to ask that question.
See, we must be. Give me Malachi 2:7. Let's start there first. All right, Lindsay. There, I'm gonna show you. All right. Read.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
So the priest should keep knowledge, right? That's the pastors, the reverends, deacons, right? Read.
And they should seek the law at his mouth.
They should do what?
Seek the law at his mouth.
So, what laws have they taught our people in the Christian church? Can you recall any law that they taught in the Bible? No. What do they usually do?
It's usually talk about how you can better yourself and
Do they teach you how to better yourself out of the Bible or out of their own mouth?
out of their own mouth.
Did you see the problem with that?
Yeah.
We go to church to learn out of the Bible. Are they opening the Bible? No, not at all. But they pass the plate around, right? They want your money though, right? Okay. Okay. So, who are we according to the Bible? Let me ask you, what's your father's so-called nationality? What would he be considered today? Black? All right, so the son right here, this is the 12 tribes of Israel. That's out of the Bible. You will be considered of the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
And let's show proof. Because we're not just going to say it, we're going to prove it out of the Bible. Give me Jeremiah 14:2.
Bring it out.
Let's see how the tribe of Judah looked. All right? Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2.
No.
Judah mourneth.
So, the subject matter is what? Judah. Right? Read.
And the gates thereof languish. They are black.
What color are the Jews?
Black unto the ground.
So, the tribe of Judah is black.
Right.
Right? Just like me and you, just like the brothers you see around. Christ looked like us. Because
Right.
guess what? Christ was from the tribe of Judah. Have they taught you that? They taught you that Christ was from the tribe of Judah?
Yeah. I've heard that in the church.
You heard that in the church?
I have, yeah.
All right, where did you find it? So you got to know that, because what if you're having a conversation with your friends or something? Yeah, you know Christ is black. Well, where is that at? I don't know. We got to show our people, right?
Right.
Give me that in Hebrews 7.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So, Christ is black as well. You hear that, bro? What's your name? Davion? You come close, bro. You don't have to stand back like that. All right? So, Christ is black. We black. The Israelites are black.
Right.
Different shades of brown. We come in all shades. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans understand that we are the same people.
Right.
We're not different. We're not different at all. I'm going to show you. Because in the curses, they tell you. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 16.
Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 28 and 16. I want you to listen to this, Lindsay, before you head on your way. All right, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So, you can obviously tell that us as a people, we're cursed, right?
Right.
Look at us in the city. Look at where we live. We're in the ghettos, the projects, the slums, reservations, right? We suffer from gang violence, police killing us, shooting us down in the street on the daily. We hate each other. We robbing and stealing. We're cursed in the city.
Right.
This is for breaking God's laws.
Right.
Read the verse above it. Read verse 15. I want you to listen to this, Davion, all right? Read.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
So it says, if we do not hearken, which means listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, which is this Bible, right? That all these what?
All his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Curses was going to come upon us. Now read 16. This is one of the curses. Read.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So we went over how we cursed in the city, right? How are we cursed in the field? Back then, what? We picked cotton in the fields, sugar cane, right? Tobacco. And now look at us, even up to today. Can we get a job that easy? No. We can't support ourselves. We out here on the street, homeless, starving. We're cursed. Why? Because we what? We didn't want to keep God's laws.
Right.
We didn't want to keep God's laws. And God's laws are not grievous. They shouldn't be a burden to us. But we, as a people, are rebellious. We're rebellious people. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to do how I feel. You can't tell me nothing. That's how people act, right? And that's why we're getting punished right now. Because God is our Father. He's punishing us right now for being hard-headed. We some hard-headed ass people. Right? So, what are some of the laws that we can be keeping right now? I'm going to show you one right now, sis. All right? And a lot of people get offended by this. But we can't spare any feelings. We got to go by what God says.
Check it out.
Now, what we say, what God says. Deuteronomy 22 and 5. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So, it says, a woman should not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. What idle clothing should not women be wearing? Women should not be wearing. What do men wear that women shouldn't be wearing?
What do men wear?
What do men wear that women shouldn't be wearing?
I mean, I know men like to wear no shirts.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about clothing. Not the lack of clothing, but clothing.
I guess what? T-shirts, baggy pants.
Pants.
Yeah.
Pants. Have you heard this in a Christian church?
No.
No, because they say, come as you are.
Yeah.
God says, read that again.
Deuteronomy 22 and verse 5.
Oh.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So do we listen to man or do we listen to what God says? We listen to what God says. God says women shouldn't be wearing pants.
Right.
There's a flip side to it as well. Read.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So should men walk around wearing dresses? No. I'm going to tell you something right now. If we was up here standing up here wearing dresses, would you take us serious? You will laugh at it. You ain't going to take us serious, bro. Keep it real. You're not going to take us serious.
I'm not even going to lie, but sometimes some people come off with a funny image, but then they'll speak some real right after.
No, I'm going to tell you right now. They bugged out. So, God says men should not be wearing women's dresses. Women should not be wearing men's pants. There's a reason behind that. There's a spirit behind that. It puts on a masculine spirit on the women.
Right.
That's right.
You're supposed to be docile, shy, reserved. Women put on pants, they all up in your face. They ready to fight, right? There's a spirit behind that. Also, there's something else. Give me, yeah, get that. But I want something else. So women shouldn't be wearing pants, right? Oh, give me Leviticus. That's what I want. 19, was it 27 or 29? 29. Get that. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness.
So, when women put on pants, what do they usually do? They put on the tightest pants they can find, right? Right? To show their shape. That's not for everyone to see. It puts a spirit on brothers. They're like, oh, I gotta get that. Now what? Whoredoms is in the land. Rape, which is murder. You got our young sisters out here. Men are looking at them. That shouldn't be like that.
Right.
You should be dressing modest. Now get that in Timothy. Our people should be dressing modest. Our sisters, hey, we got beautiful sisters, but everything ain't supposed to be seen. That's for your husband only.
Right.
All right? So our people, they got to know these things in the Bible. They should be learning this in the church, but pastor's not teaching that. He says, come as you are. God doesn't say that. Read.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Modest apparel. That don't mean you have to dress like a grandma. Cover up. You shouldn't see cleavage. We shouldn't see your outer shape. You can still dress beautiful, but cover up.
Right.
Right? So brothers don't lust after you. Cause the land to be and fornicate. That's one of the main reasons why we have fornication, adultery, diseases. You see what happens when you don't keep God's laws? That's the consequences of breaking God's laws. You understand that, Donovan? I'm sorry, is that your name, Donovan? Davion. Sorry about that. You understand that, sis? What's your name? Trish? All right. So I want all y'all to understand that's the consequence of breaking God's laws. Is there more on that?
Yes.
Read.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
So, because our women, they don't have shamefacedness. Would you agree? They all up in brother's face. They looking brothers all in the eye. Ooh, what he got? What he doing? That shouldn't be our behavior.
Right.
God gives us laws to conduct ourselves by. You understand? You understand, Davion? You understand, Lindsay? All right. So I'm gonna show you. So you understand that about wearing pants, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be wearing pants. You have dresses, right?
Yeah.
You should be wearing a dress every day.
Right.
Every day. It's a reason. I'm gonna say it again. Read it again, bro. Go back to Deuteronomy. I'm gonna show you something else. 22 and 5. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So wearing pants not only it puts a masculine spirit on sisters, it causes brothers to lust and want to desire to have you when they're not your husband. That should be for your husband to see. It also causes diseases, infections. Because if you wear something too tight, something happens down there, right?
Oh, yeah.
That shouldn't be happening.
True.
That's from breaking God's laws,
That's right.
right? That would put a lot of business out of business. A lot of companies out of business. If we just apply this law right here, right? Men shouldn't be wearing dresses. That puts an effeminate spirit on them. Now you got dudes walking around snapping and twitching, switching, talking like women.
Right.
No, that's cross-dressing. But let's say, all right, some people, they walk up and say, oh, no, ain't no problem with that. It's just clothes. Give me Zephaniah 1 and 8.
Bring it out.
Let's get the consequences behind that. Because it already brings a spirit on people. Diseases, right? Read.
This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
So in the day of the Lord's sacrifice is when he's going to come back to kill. Christ is coming back to kill. It's not going to be gumdrops and puppies and bubbles. He's coming back to kill the wicked of our people as well as the other nations.
Right.
Read.
That I will punish the princes and the king's children.
So the princes are the men. The king's children are the women. You're going to be punished for what?
And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So strange apparel is women in pants. Strange apparel is men in dresses,
Right.
skirts. That's strange apparel. Something so small, our people take it for a joke, but it will get you killed.
Right.
Right.
It's going to get you put to death.
Right.
You understand? This is the things that we should be learning in these churches. But do they do that? No. They just want your money.
Right.
The whole time you've been up here, did we pass the plate around? No, not at all.
This truth gets out, please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.